and turn me around. It's something that I just can't understand, the way I behave. Some people you can never save. In my right hand, got a girl on my ear, and on my left hand, throwing back a beer. What can I say on me?
Hi, welcome to episode 6 of the Dresden Files RPG. I've got some bad news for you. We normally film our episodes using a GoPro 360 camera. It's a pretty cool camera in the fact that it films in 360 degrees. It actually uses 2 separate cameras and then stitches the video footage together inside. Unfortunately, at the beginning of this episode, about the first 30 minutes, I forgot to put the camera in 360 degree mode. So, all we have is the front-facing video. I've gone through and edited it heavily so that we get through that part of the episode pretty quickly. But we caught the error in about 30 minutes, and so after about 30 minutes, we go back to the full 360 mode where we can cut between the different characters and do multiple frames in the video. Anyway, bear with us. First 30 minutes will go pretty quick, and it's still pretty interesting because you get to actually see Terrance's funeral. So thanks for bearing with us. Hope you enjoy. Next morning, dawn's bright and early. I guess it is Monday morning. I believe that's the day of Terrance's funeral, isn't it? Yeah, you guys arrive at the funeral about 15 minutes before it's about to start. There's lots of cars in the parking lot of this church. It's kind of a typical church, kind of long, thin building, steeple on the front. Mm-hmm. It's not real big. It looks like probably tops it can seat about 150 people. You're thinking it's going to be pretty close to capacity. You go up to the door that leads in, the 2 double doors that lead in, and step inside. There's a little kind of antechamber with another pair of double doors. There's a young man standing there handing out the programs and things like that. You go inside, and up at the front there is a casket that is closed. And you can see several members of Miss Clara. You've all seen her, even if you haven't actually physically met her. Miss Clara is sitting at the front. You notice that around her a few other people that maybe she looks like she's friends with, or maybe even related to. You're not sure. You don't recognize any of them, so if they are relatives, they're not close relatives. Miss Clara was there. She lived in a little house next door to you with Leon and Terrance until Leon got killed in the drive-by, and then it was just kind of Terrance and Miss Clara. Mm-hmm. And then when Terrance left, Miss Clara was pretty much all by herself. Yeah. So yeah. But you do see a lot of people, some of them dressed quite nicely. You're thinking maybe these are some of Terrance's clients. And you do see Sidney St. Clair sitting about, I guess, 1 row behind Miss Clara, and he seems to be talking to her about something.
I'm going to not make myself overly known. I mean, he may realize I'm there. I don't know, but
you want to just ice knives?
No, I'm gonna sit like on the other side, a little further back, because I want to kind of watch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there's not a whole lot of seating left. You are gonna have to sit in the back anyway. Okay. Most spaces are taken up. They've actually set up some folding chairs against the back wall, so for some extra play. And even a lot of those are filled. Okay. You find a couple chairs, kind of in the back. Find somewhere to sit. You've been there. It's 11 o'clock. They're getting ready to. It looks like the organist starts playing, and Volt comes rolling in through the back door, all dressed in leather and black. The door closes behind you. Nobody really seems to be noticing anything that's going on in the back of the room. There's most people are kind of talking in the front, but when the organist starts, it gets quiet. Hymn starts. Just a closer walk with thee, and there's a choir that seems to be off to the side in the choir section at the front of the church. And the music ends, and preacher goes up to the front. He steps behind the podium and starts talking about Terrance and how he was a good son and a good brother. And when he took over when Miss Clara lost Leon. And Miss Clara, you can see, is kind of misty-eyed, but she's not crying openly, which doesn't surprise you. Miss Clara's a tough lady. And talks about, and they get to a certain point where he says, would anybody else like to come up and talk about Terrance and his life? Immediately, a guy was walking up there. He's a younger guy, kind of looks like he has a little bit of acne and kind of got brownish red hair and he's wearing khakis and kind of a plaid shirt. And he goes up and he steps behind there and he says, "Hi, my name's Matt. I worked with Terrance at and Terrance was just a great guy. You know, he really showed me the ropes when I first came to work there. I was a little bit lost, wasn't sure what to do, unsure of myself, and Terrance really took me under his wing and really helped me. And I wouldn't be where I was today if it wasn't for Terrance. So I really appreciate everything, you know, Terrance did for me. Thank you, Miss Clair, for raising such a great son." And it kind of continues like that. People going up and talking about Terrance and how great he was. He was a pretty nice guy. You know, one of the ladies from the soup kitchen that you know goes up and talks about how Clarence had always come up and helped in the soup kitchen, and he was always willing to make donations. And anytime the kitchen needed a little extra food or something like that, Terrance would just reach into his wallet and just take care of it. And if anything needed to be moved or picked up, and yeah, he seemed like a decent enough fellow. Of course, you knew that. And you knew that too, but he seemed like he was all right. Definitely seemed to be the black-hearted villain that you ran into in the Never Never, but you know, evil magic will do that to you. The funeral begins to wind down. I don't know if you guys are going to go up and speak.
I'm just going to get up there and say, you know, I grew up with Terrance in the same neighborhood, and we spent a lot of time together playing games and just hanging out and having a good time, and he was my best friend, and we didn't get to hang out as much anymore because our jobs were totally different, so we didn't have enough, you know, time to spend with each other. But I'm glad for everything, all the times that we had together, and you know, I love you, Miss Claire, and if you need anything, let me know. And
she didn't say anything. She nods at you. You go back towards the back and take your seat again. Preacher goes back up to the front. The pallbearers come up. They spend some time closing the casket. The organist plays another hymn, probably something like Amazing Grace. And, they close everything up. Takes about 10-15 minutes for them to get the casket all closed up and, everything laid on it and the flowers taken off. And then they pick it up and start walking it out, processing it out to, I guess, probably the hearse. The pastor says, or the preacher says that there's going to be a short graveside service. And then family or friends are welcome to come back to Miss Clara's house afterwards. Casket's been loaded onto the hearse. Hearse begins to pull to the exit from the parking lot. Several people get in their cars, turn on their headlights, and begin to pull in behind him. Miss Clara's car is right behind the hearse, of course. There's a couple other cars right behind it that look like they would be there. Some of the people who were sitting near her. You don't see Sidney St. Clair, but pretty quickly the hearse pulls out and everybody begins heading out towards the cemetery. It takes probably about 5-10 minutes to get to the graveside. People are getting out of their cars, parking alongside the little, dirt roads that go through the cemetery. And the hearse pulls up. You notice that the pallbearers carry the casket out to the little elevator thing that they always lift, that always lowers it in there, and sets the casket down. They put the flowers back on top. And everybody kind of stands around the hole in the casket. The preacher says a few more words about how, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Terrance was a good boy, a good Christian, and we will miss him, but realize that at some point we will see him again someday if we are in Christ with Terrance. And then the thing lowers down to the ground, and, that's pretty much it. Notice that as you are hanging back, Sidney turns around and begins striding very purposefully towards you, Dela. It takes about 5 minutes for him to kind of move through the crowd to get to you, and he stands across from you and he says, "So, Terrance spoke very highly of you." You're not going to say anything? He says, even at when I first started teaching him, he said he always wanted to be like his best friend Dela, that you'd come into your power early, and he wanted to try and catch up to you so that he could be worthy. Just thought you should know. He was a good student, smart, apt. It's a shame to lose him. And he says, "Well, have a good day."
Is that fun?
Huh?
Is that fun? I say to him.
He says, "Fun?"
Oh, that thing where you try to blame other people for the bad things that you do.
He says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Like how you're like, oh, if he hadn't wanted to look up to you and be like you, maybe he wouldn't have went down the path he went down that I totally let him down.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't know anything about what I'm talking about.
He says, oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met.
We
You are-
haven't.
At this point, I take her and say, let's go.
You guys head back to the 9th Ward where you grew up, same street. It's kind of a little eerie to, see your house a couple doors down, and there's other people living in it now. You go to Miss Claire's. People are parked all up and down the street, both sides of the street. A big group of people. Everybody's going inside. Lots of kids running around in the front yard. Everybody's eating chicken. There's crawfish. There's catfish. Hamburgers, hot dogs for the kids, just lots and lots of food. Casseroles, crawfish mac and cheese. Your cookies are gone pretty quickly because there are a lot of kids. You guys eat and eat and eat and eat. You're introduced to Miss Claire's nephews, who are, you realize those are several of the people. You see some nephews and nieces that have come over to kind of offer their condolences. Some of them are from New Orleans, some of them are from a little further abroad in Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, a couple of them from Arkansas. Most of them are kind of in the South, though. And you're there probably until maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Now, there's a knock on your front door. Basically, you see the rest of the Scooby Gang.
Hey, come on in.
Literally just about to say that.
Like, you just like open the door, like, hey, come on in, and like Miranda pushes past everyone. Hey, yeah, we're back.
Yeah. So you roll in. You gonna hand the badge to Volt?
Yep, here, Bolt.
All right. So, what's your plan for the evening then?
So, do you think the people you met last time are going to be hanging out there again? Do you think they'll give us wide berth since we're deliberately putting that off? No idea?
Couldn't tell you. Were we in the wrong space?
We think we're in the right
know.
space, but I bet they scared off the Devilman.
They scared off the devil, man.
I mean, I would think because if they're vampires who feed off fear or whatever, and he feeds off fear.
Cut in the same place. And
Yeah.
It definitely does seem like all of the creepy crawlies in the city kind of carved it up into turfs and territory, so maybe we're not quite honed in on what this Devilman's turf is. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like we've gone to the places where people talked about sightings.
Well, you kind of had wandered around the French Quarter last time. You know that there's been some killings or deaths they found in the Garden District. You could always head, towards that way.
But isn't that near where the park is?
Well, but remember, the park is way at the other end of the Garden District.
Okay,
Remember,
that's
it's
true.
French Quarter,
That's true.
Garden District,
And then
Auburn
park.
Park.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Did we?
Well, we can try the Garden District then.
You know what we need?
What do we need?
We need a command center. We need like a whiteboard, and we need a map of the city and
And yarn.
color cord. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yarn.
I was sure you were going to say we need a white unmarked band so we can.
For real
Really?
though,
That
I was gonna
too.
ask if we could just get like a map of the city and be like, yeah, we checked here.
We do need that. Do
You
we
can get a
have
map.
to?
Maps of the
Okay.
city you can find. Yeah, you can
All
probably stop by the nearest tourist information booth and get and it's going to have all the cool places to eat marked too. So,
We can
yeah.
also, we can put other things on the map too, like
Yeah.
Jackson Square, weird cats, Audubon,
Are we going to
Park.
put this map at
Keebler Elves.
Keebler.
Dela's or
That's
what?
where we are right now. So
I think Dallas.
Shit, we're at my place. I'm sure I have multiple maps because I'm always up.
You probably do. You actually are able to probably dig up a street map of New Orleans that you haven't been, keeping track of ley lines and weird things on. You actually notice that she's got several maps of the city up on a couple of in her ritual area. One of them has some weird lines drawn on it. You're kind of like, what is that? And then there's another one where she circled areas where here there be dragons, here there be, wolves and stuff like that. Yeah. Where it looks like she's.
And then every once in a while you see little ears.
Dude, you
Mother's
already
name.
you are already on this. That's
Right.
great.
Yeah, she does have some little weird markers, like little ears drawn and some things like that. So she does have the city marked up on different maps. Yeah.
All right, so let's do a different map for this because I don't want it to mess up my other maps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I put it up.
Well, no, I mean you've got one that's got the weird lines on it and the little ears, and then you've got another one that you basically use for to tell a pizza delivery guy.
Right, no,
Yeah.
but we're going to be marking this map up
Right.
where
Well,
we've
that's
gone.
what I'm saying. The one that hasn't been marked up that you use for telling the pizza delivery guy how to get to your house.
We
you
have
can
an
use that
unmarked
one.
map.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll use that one.
I will use the pizza map.
Pizza man.
Okay. Yeah.
So do we have a list of where people died so we can kind of maybe...
Actually, I already have that marked out.
Yeah. She's got little red dots on this map.
Because I got all that information.
Can we
That's
do
how I
the thing?
narrowed down the roads.
Well, let's do the thing that police do where we like see if there's a triangulation.
She did that.
Oh, she did that?
Yeah, there's not a pattern that you can tell. That was the only thing that she really found out was that most of the time the Devilman takes his victims in secluded areas. The other thing she noticed was that there's no killings in Audubon Park and none in Jackson Square.
Hey, maybe that's something we can work with. I mean, Jackson Square, we know that someone's got a claim on that turf. Audubon Park, we know someone's got a claim on that turf. So if we start process of elimination where we're not going to get an attack, it might take a while, but then we could probably figure out a pattern or at least a safe zone this thing feels like operating in.
So
me
I
see.
guess we'll look at the Garden District map. We know like the main roads are going to have lots of businesses and stuff on them, so I don't think that's going to be where he's
So-
going to go. It's going to be like off, a couple
Right.
blocks.
Also,
Either
are
side.
you aware of any other major turfs that are sort of staked by something that probably this thing wouldn't want to tangle with in the city? We could go ahead and maybe soft rule out for now.
I'm going to need anybody who's trying to figure that out to make a scholarship roll.
I only
Yeah, I have a
plus one on
scholarship
that.
of 0. I don't
I have
it.
one.
You actually
You
have
have two? You have two?
What about investigation?
Are we all doing it, or is this
anybody
one
who's
person?
trying to figure
Oh,
out
okay.
some patterns to this. Now remember, everybody has scholarship at 0.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Same.
Wow.
Got 5.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Add it to your
You got
scholarship.
5?
You
That
go
is,
plus
that
3.
is. I'm at
I'm
0
gonna let you
scholarship.
take the
type
floor
2.
then.
I got 1.
Maybe it's just because you've been, looking at kind of sigils and stuff like that all day. Your brain is just kind of primed for looking at patterns. Yeah, and you start to look at it and you realize that, the Devilman definitely only goes into secluded small streets when he takes victims, or his victims are found in areas. You do notice that he tends to hit the areas that are more run down, that may have been hit harder by Katrina.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and so you're kind of like, maybe the Garden District is the best area because a lot of those houses have been damaged and have not been repaired or anything like that. They're still in pretty bad shape. The only other thing, and you don't have any data on the 9th Ward, but the 9th Ward would be the other place to check because that's an area that was really hit hard. But you didn't get any numbers for the 9th Ward, so you don't know.
It's too late to get numbers
So-
tonight, but I'll
Yeah.
put that down to myself.
So a list of things we could do for research tomorrow.
Mhm.
Maybe we could go, maybe we'll have luck tonight, but if we
Could
don't,
be.
tomorrow, I'd like to go to the library and see if there's any correlation between the places that were taken and maybe there's something real estate wise or I don't know.
I'll
Just
go
see if
back to the
there's
NOPD
anything
and just get more data about where people have disappeared in that
Cool.
direction.
All right, so what's the plan? You're going to head to the Garden District tonight?
Sounds good. Why
You're going
not?
to wander through
That's
neighborhoods? You're going to
most
stay
likely.
on St. Charles Street? You're going to head down towards the levee?
I guess just go, make sure they're all kind of like secluded. And
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably don't want to go to Loyola or anywhere like that because that area's got a lot of people. It's the university. There's going to be more lighting.
We're just
there.
gonna go like 3 or 4 blocks up to where it looks like it's kind of getting more deteriorated, not quite built back
Right.
yet.
This is towards where Volt lives. He lives south of St. Charles towards the warehouse district, or the dock is where the port is. And you know that you could probably let's see, Darwin, your house is about 3 blocks north of St. Charles. They're not in the same area. You're a little further, different areas. But yeah, this is kind of where your stomping ground and your stomping ground is. So, you kind of know, all right, that there's some, you're pretty sure you could pinpoint some areas that are a little more run down. The houses are not being fixed up. They're for sale or they're derelict and there's a lot of homeless there. So you definitely think you guys could probably, where the area is down in the warehouse, it's going to be like that and kind of sketchy.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
And instead of like spending 2 hours trying to do it, why don't we do like 30 minutes in one place, 30 minutes in another?
Okay.
I mean, if he's attracted to fear, he's either attracted to it or not, I would think.
Okay. You gonna put the brooch back on? We need a discipline check for you. Roll well.
-1, 4.
4? You're still okay. You notice that this time the brooch seems maybe a little harder to resist. Or maybe you're just tired. You're not sure. But yeah, you're able to build your walls. You're having to concentrate a little harder to keep the thing from, kind of wearing down your defenses. But you're definitely able to hold the fear from this thing back.
When they get positioned and set the stuff up wherever we go, I want to make sure I'm up somewhere high.
Right.
And I want to up high and kind of out of sight.
Okay.
And I'm going to transform and try to use my beast vision to see stuff.
Okay, cool. So are you guys going to set up somewhere, just kind of wander this neighborhood that's kind of really run down?
Yeah.
You can do that. Okay, cool.
And maybe we should be all kind of like individual instead of paired up?
Or
To
I
make
should
us
probably be
seem more-
walking out in front while y'all kind of trail
And
then
hide and be sneaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
attack one person.
He probably wants to attack one
Yeah,
person out of
yeah,
group.
Sure.
instead of-
Okay.
Or maybe we should have one person ahead of you a bit and
Yeah,
you in the
yeah,
middle
sure, yeah.
since it goes out in a circular
Gotcha.
radius.
Gotcha. Okay. So who's going to lead the way? Who's going to be behind him? And you're going to be on the rooftops probably. And
Yeah.
so yeah, give me some marching orders. Where's your figs? Grab some figs and let's put them
I
on the
can't
table.
find Dela. I don't know where she is.
What? She's probably on the counter over there or something. Yeah, I see her right now.
Oh, I'm
There she
blind.
is.
Right.
All right, so there's Dela. Did you bring Volt?
No, I
never
forgot. But
does
I
that.
transformed, so I'll just be that dragon.
There you go.
I even went back over to get Volt and my notes, and
Yeah.
then completely forgot Volt again.
Oh well.
Um,
Next time.
Everybody's carrying swords up there, right? So
Yeah, pretty much.
here we go.
All right. There we go.
This can be.
I can be one of them sword people.
Yeah.
Whoever.
You can be
You
that.
can be your character. Yeah.
And
And then where's Bunk?
Bunk can have a stick.
Sure.
Trombone's like a big
right.
stick.
And then where's Darwin?
That one's like a big stick.
And Darwin, a
to
gun
go in the
is a
quotes.
later version of a
Bow. There we go. Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that everybody?
That
It's
looks
like a
good.
big-
All right.
No,
Cool.
I'm missing somebody.
No, that's
It's
it.
5 people.
Because there's Volt the
I'm a
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're over here.
That's right. Volt the magic dragon. Yeah. All right. So show me how you guys are kind of laying out. Just in general. I don't have to have really specific
Is anyone in
locations.
particular itching to take the lead?
I'll go in front.
Okay.
No, there you go. She is.
We'll sandwich the
And
Get
then-
the two best friends in back.
That's right.
Yeah. They can just walk beside each other.
magic.
I mean,
I could just see her just talking to you the whole
With-
time. with that sword.
with
You're
the
like-
brief description that I was given, and knowing that we were literally followed by vampires last time, I welcome someone near me.
Especially someone with a magic sword, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I need stealth checks all around, please.
Oh man.
What's the
If you don't have
benefit
stealth, remember it's all +0. Huh?
Oh, it'll specifically say stealth.
Yeah. I believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Otherwise,
Stealth.
oh,
Oh no!
sorry, I'm launching
Threw
things
something
at you.
at me.
It's by your foot.
It's over by you. Oh wait.
Here you go, sir.
I'm dead even, so.
So what was your stealth at? Oh,
Zero.
wow. There's a roll.
Ooh. Okay, 3.
Wow. Not a bad roll.
I have a 1.
Okay.
I've got a 3 as well.
Okay. Two.
0.
Okay. You're way up front.
I keep stumbling on the cobblestone.
Well, there's a lot of, the streets are in pretty bad repair. You're having to really watch your footing. Again, you see a lot of unsavory types that are kind of eyeing you from the shadows of doorways, backyards of houses, but there's enough. You seem to kind of put them off with your big silver cloak. You get the feeling you're not hiding at all.
Try not to look intimidating.
Right, yeah, right. Big silver cloak, hat, you're intimidating. Sorry. Yeah, and,
I know.
So you're
I can
walking.
still try not to,
Right.
even though
So
I
you walk
am.
down the street.
Just amplifies it.
Nobody.
I mean, I just walk.
You had a +1. Okay. And you had a 3, a 2, and a 3, right? Okay. So you guys are back there. You're kind of trying to keep to the shadows. You're not doing a very good job. Stealth's not really kind of your thing. Miranda, you're very quietly moving along. At certain points, you lose sight of Miranda because she's pretty sneaky, and you're like, "Where's Miranda?" And then she'll appear at your elbow and say, "Don't walk under the streetlight, fool." And then,
Well, it's dark and it's a seedy place,
It's
so
spooky, someone might shoot me. Right. And of course, you're walking in the middle of the street, so you're not really trying to be sneaky. You walk from one end of the street to the other. You get to the corner. You turn to your right. There seems to be loud music coming from one of the houses on the street. Maybe somebody's having a party or something like that. Or it's Monday night. Maybe just somebody playing their music loud too. You walk down that street. Couple people come walking by. Maybe they're heading towards one of the little corner shops or something like that. You're all spread out a little bit. You've been there. This is maybe probably drawn down on 30 minutes, and you almost reach the end of the block, and literally in between blinks, this huge black shape appears behind Monk. I mean, it's just you're looking around, kind of head on a swivel, and then you blink your eyes, and all of a sudden there's this big shape behind Bunk. Big horns. It's about 8 feet tall, it looks like, and it's got this huge, big black wood staff with looks like maybe a spear point that's about this long, but it's you're not sure if it's metal or if it's sharpened wood. And you of course spin, because this thing, as it appears, you hear clock as its hooves hit the ground, and you spin around, and there's this huge creature in front of you.
We all see this?
Yeah, you
Okay.
all see this.
Do I see this?
Yes, everybody sees this.
I mean, like, I hear it, so I...
Yeah, you hear it and spin. I need everybody to make discipline checks.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no. Wait, discipline? I don't have that. No.
Oh my. You're going to want to roll well.
I
Too late.
not. I got a -2.
I have a 2 because I rolled -3. Good thing I had a 5 to start with.
Ooh.
7.
So what? How does it work? You can either re-roll all your dice, or you can add a 2.
Add 2 for tagging aspect.
So I've got an aspect I haven't used yet. That's
Okay.
okay. Blank.
What you got?
Because right now I'm standing at. You said discipline, right?
Mhm.
I'm standing at a 0.
Ooh.
So I want to add
Wait.
2 to it. I think,
Okay.
instead of re-roll. I don't trust dice. So the aspect I'm going to tag is actually from Bunk and I's story called Friends with Benefits.
Okay. I like
And
it.
so I see this thing just not in that term, not in that way, but that was the best thing I could come up with at the time.
Okay.
Bone's like, no.
Well, you're friends with Bunk and you don't want him to get gutted,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Got
benefiting
you. I
him,
understand.
and we're friends.
Right,
That's
I
why the
gotcha.
benefit is happening.
Right. Okay. So let's get some discipline numbers. You had a discipline number of what?
Oh, I don't have discipline.
Well, what was your total though?
-2.
Okay. What's yours, Kylan? I'll let you tag it. You're gonna have to give me your little coin. Your
Yeah,
little-
I just.
I love how fast like your reaction to the flip. It's like that whole. It's like actually from me and Bunks, they're like, yeah, friends with benefit. Oh.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Hey, you can be my donkey, and I'll be, the dragon from Shrek.
That's right. Donkey.
Donkey.
We've got lambs. Jody, what'd you get for your
The
discipline?
question is.
I got a -3, but can I tag...
-3.
Oh, no, but plus-
But I was +2.
I have a
What do you
plus
do?
discipline.
Plus 2 overall.
Plus 2 overall.
2 overall.
Total.
Use your discipline.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But-
Okay.
No, I'll have 2 total because.
I thought you had a -3 over. I was like,
That's
dear
plus, so
Lord,
2
that's terrible.
minus 2.
Can
I'm
I
assuming 2 is not
tag
gonna
an
be what he
aspect?
rolls.
Just re-roll.
Tens. What aspect are you tagging? You re-rolling?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna tag
Ah.
icy. I'm gonna tag icy rage because I just came from Terrance's funeral today.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And
It's really what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna re-roll? Okay.
I don't think it would have made a difference because if
I'm
you
afraid
still
to
fail,
reroll.
right? If you
Well, I would have had a 2. I don't know. I know.
Oh, good.
I mean, you split up. I mean,
Yeah, you're one of my-
Having a 0, you know what I mean?
Okay, so where are you at now?
I
Plus
didn't
3?
know that.
Yeah.
You're at
Plus 7.
+7. Okay.
I'm at a 4.
4. Wow. All right, so You needed a +7 to resist this thing.
No, it wouldn't matter. It's cool.
Right.
Okay, good deal.
Now look,
I rolled
now
really well.
look.
Yeah, I know. There you
I
go.
couldn't have even.
So this thing
accomplished
appears,
that.
Bunk, and the fear comes rolling off of it in waves. The rest of you, except for Bunk, all of you except for Bunk, absolutely are almost frozen in fear by this creature. Okay, you are just
Fighting fear this whole time. You're
terrified.
ready.
Exactly. I've been
That's right.
Because remember, he beat you. Not only did he beat you with style.
Yeah.
Several of you he beat by 6, which means he beat you with style twice, which means he's going to get some free tags on his fear emotion. Okay, now you tied him, which means you are. If he wants to beat you, he's got to take a minor consequence to do it, which he's not willing to take. Okay, so you're not afraid of him. I mean, your heart starts to race for a minute, but you've already got your defenses built, and so when you see him, you feel it hit you, and it starts to make your walls crumble, and you go no 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 no, and so you push those walls back, and he is not able to scare you. Okay. I need to know, what is it, awareness? So we know the initiative for our stuff.
Alertness?
Alertness. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so my alertness is +2.
Okay. You're at +2?
I'm at +3.
+1.
+2.
+1. Okay. You're at +3 now?
Because I shapeshifted.
Oh, right.
So
Forgot.
my social skills can be swapped with physical skills.
I forgot about that. That's right. Okay, so +3, you're first, Kyle. What are you going to do?
Well, can I do anything? Am
Yeah,
I feared or what's
You're
what's going
afraid, but I mean, you can still attack and stuff like that.
on? Okay, well, I'm going to fly in and go... Actually, I'll start up now. Yeah, I'll fly in and go for a swipe.
Okay.
Dragon boy.
Yeah.
Or I guess humanoid dragon.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Not big dragon.
Yeah.
I just make a fist check. Alright.
And you're transported, so you get claws, right?
Yeah.
Weapon 2? Right.
Yeah, weapon 2 and human strength +2 more damage on top of that.
Cool.
So it's going to be a
Sweet.
4 stress physical if I hit.
Yeah, that's right.
If I hit. So that nilled out. So my fist is a +4.
Okay. That nailed out too, but he has a +5, so you miss him. Okay, he's nimble. You come in swinging at him. He knocks your hands out of the way with the staff, and then rolls back to spin around and turn towards Bunk again, because Bunk, is giving off this fear that he just wants to devour. All right, that was in +3, +2.
I'm +2, yes.
Okay, go ahead. What are you gonna do?
All right, sword's coming out.
You pull the sword out, and immediately the fear disappears. Whoosh! It's gone.
Nice.
She pulls out this silver saber, and it begins glowing with kind of a white light. And you notice that she takes on this kind of shimmering aspect to her. It's almost like there's a wind blowing her and streamers of light that are coming off of her. Yeah, it's pretty freaky, but very angelic is what you're thinking. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Weapons.
Weapons. All right. Yeah. Big swing with the sword. Oh. Well, I have a +6 on weapons, +5, +1 for the sword.
Okay, so he got a 3 because I rolled really badly.
Okay.
Okay.
So the bonus is just to the hitting.
Right.
Got it.
But the nice thing about it is it also satisfies his catch, which normally he has physical immunity, which means he would take no damage unless you can satisfy his catch. Your sword satisfies the catch. That's one of the things that it
Nice.
does. So you're doing weapon 2, you beat him by 3, so that's a strength 5 hit. Okay?
Okay.
That's good.
Oh, okay, so it's what the weapon's attack is plus the difference between.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
So you hit him for 5. He lets out a bellow as your shining sword cuts through what looks like maybe one of his hips. You notice, however, that he is not wearing a cloak. He seems to be, it's just black skin. The eyes seem to be black, inky pools, and he maybe looks like he's wearing a loincloth or something like that. And so you've cut him in the side. When you hit him in the side, this white liquid splatters on your sword and then splatters onto the ground, which is weird. It's kind of a faint pinkish red. And you're like, that's Oh, pinkish white, excuse me. And you're kind of like, what is, that's weird. And then he turns and spins towards you, and he opens his mouth, and you notice he has very white teeth as well. But all the rest of him is solid, just jet black. I mean, almost absorbs light black. That was in 2s?
2.
Plus
Somebody
2?
else was plus
Yeah,
2.
yeah, yeah.
Plus 2, yes, sir.
I remember what happened last time I did some magic stuff, so I'm going to throw up my shield.
Okay.
And,
All right, so you're doing a block. Make your, I think it's, you have a rote that does?
yeah, the rose says plus 6.
Okay, so that we don't have to roll for that. You just plus 6.
Okay.
Right. So you throw up your block. Now remember that would only last for 1 round. So do you want to do anything else with it? Or, you may just want it for 1 round or renew it each round.
I just want to see if he's going to hit me.
Yeah, he's getting ready to swing at you.
Yeah, so
he
that's
is.
that's
That's a good
I
idea.
remember last time that
Yeah.
I took him to get. And,
Very good. Yep.
So,
All right, so that was in 2 1s.
1.
Go ahead, 1.
If you're 1, 2, do you want to go first?
I feel like you'd probably react faster than I would.
Okay. I whip out my sword.
Okay. All right, and you're gonna get attack it.
Yeah. Well, actually, they see me grab my umbrella. There's a sword.
The sword comes out,
and the
right.
umbrella. Yes.
All right,
I'm
go
going
ahead.
to attack. Hopefully. Yay! I got a plus.
Mhm.
All right. So, what do I? Is that weapons?
Weapons plus, and then
So
minus.
it's weapons plus 4.
Okay. He's going to use athletics to try and defend.
Now I can make this a weapon 6, or is that?
Okay,
for
you got to
later?
hit first. You might
Okay,
want to wait
gotta
till you hit.
first. All right.
Okay, so he gets even, but he's got a plus 5 defense, so he misses. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that was in plus 1, and now plus 1.
Now me.
That would be you, sir.
I panic.
Okay. Draw your gun and just fan the hammer at him.
pretty much. I'm just gonna draw the gun and shoot out.
All right. Make your, is it guns roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Since this giant monster appeared in the blink of an eye. Now being fought by a dragon man, a holy sword wielding person. There's a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot of swords coming out. So,
Not to take in.
ooh.
Oh, that's not good. There's only 1.
That's gonna miss.
Yeah.
You shoot at. Well, okay. I need to check. Well, okay. He got a mine. He's at plus 4, but that's still enough. You shoot at him, and he actually interposes the staff in the way, and the bullet ricochets off and hits the ground. And you're like, "What just happened here?" This guy is really
Even
fast.
more fear.
Yeah, that's right. Very, very fast. That brings us to plus 0, which is actually when he acts. He's not terribly quick on the alertness thing. He's going to swing at you, Bunk. All right. What's your? Well, you're going to roll athletics. That's what it is. And he's rolling attack. Okay, so I got a plus 1. So you've got to beat. Well, you don't have to beat a 6 because you've got a block.
yeah.
So your block, it hits the block, but he doesn't get through. So you throw up your kinetic energy, and he goes wham, and the energy shimmers like that, but he doesn't go through. Yeah. All right, cool. That brings us back up to plus 3.
Just imagine it has. He's like, ha, called it.
Everybody needs another discipline check. Okay.
Ooh.
Another discipline check.
I need to roll better. I'm even. So I'm a 5 now.
-1 again.
Okay. Well, no, you don't have to roll again. You've thrown it off. You're good.
Okay.
That's a 3 total.
Nah, still won't do it. Okay.
That was such a good roll. I hate
One
that.
worse than last time.
No.
Did a
I like
5
where this
do
is
it, or do I
going.
have to have it? Oh, 7. It's 7,
No,
right?
no, it's 6 because you had a 6, right?
No,
No, it was 7.
7. No, so it's 7.
7,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta get
Alright.
7. Now, if you got an aspect you can tag, that would do it.
Oh. Let me think. So, what about when I ride the lightning into the ground?
How does that work with getting
Because
rid of
he's
fear?
not lightning or ride.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess you could.
Seeking truth? No.
I'm not really seeing that. Any other aspects you could think you could?
Well, I have love conquers all, and I love my people and don't want them to get killed.
That's a real thin stretch.
And I already use
saying there's
Icy
a
Rage. I
stretch.
can't use it again, right?
Huh?
Can
You
I
can use
Icy
aspects
Rage
as
again?
many times as you want. You just can't
Then
use them
I'm-
on the same roll.
Then I'm going to use Icy Rage because he's been killing my people.
Absolutely, that's fine. Yes. Okay, so give me one of your little token thingies. All right, so you are able to shrug off the fear. You still can kind of feel the twitchiness to it, but you don't. But he's just not really just terrifying you like he was. All right, so this is +3. This is you, sir. Now you can still attack them.
I'm gonna do that maneuver thing to try and get to a grappling position.
Okay. I did look that up. You don't have to maneuver, but you can just go straight to a grapple. You can do that.
Okay.
What you could do though is if you are okay. Go ahead and what are you gonna do?
I want to try and just make him. I want to tie him up, restrain him, so he's easier to hit.
So you're gonna try and tag him with.
Oh, do I need a refresh thing to tag?
No.
Okay.
No. You're gonna try and tag him with a restrained aspect, basically.
Yeah, or something
right.
like that, yeah.
So I need you to make a probably a fists roll.
Okay.
What did we use before?
I think so.
Athletics or might?
Under might, the inhuman strength specifically says whenever using a skill in conjunction with grappling.
Oh yeah, there's might. It says wrestling, so we're using
This
might.
also inflicts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, might's wrestling, and this is definitely wrestling.
And so I get to roll might at +1 because of my inhuman strength as
Right.
well.
Yeah. Good chance of getting his might. He's going to resist with might.
Jesus wept.
That is the second time you made that same exact roll.
Well, that's all right. I got 2 -1, so that's cool.
I got a 3 total.
Okay, he got a 2 total.
Ah.
So you beat him by 1.
Jesus had mercy.
That's right. So you wrap him up and tag him with the aspect. Yeah, tag him with the aspect. Now remember, when you grab him, because of your inhuman might, don't you get to do a 2 stress hit?
Yeah, so
I believe it was a supplemental action.
this also allows you to inflict a 2 stress hit on an opponent as a supplemental action during a grapple.
Right. So you don't have to roll for it. It just does damage because you're really, really
And
strong.
that's this turn? It
Right.
does the 2 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you grab him, wrap him up. He's big, kind of hard to get your arms around, but you're pretty big too, and you're dragging.
I will go.
That's right. And so you grab him. He starts immediately trying to push his way out of your grapple, and we'll handle that in his turn. Let's see. That was in +3, +2. Now he has been tagged with the aspect restrained, which means any of you can tag that once to get a +2 bonus to try and hit him.
I will do that.
Okay, so, but remember, you can only tag it once, okay? So make your tags count. And then that...
Did you already go?
No, I haven't gone yet, but are you ahead of me? No.
No.
I'm a 2.
You're
We're 2.
We're
and-
twos.
okay.
I'm sorry, actually, you could tag restrained again, but to tag it again, the first time's free. Any after that are going to cost you some fate points. So that's, fate points, right. So you can tag it again, yeah. All right, so you're in 2?
I'm in 2.
You're in 2? Okay, so who wants to go first? Okay, you're going first, all right.
Okay. So we can tag the restrained aspect to
Yep,
get
and it
a
gives you
+2
+2 to your
hit?
roll, right.
Okay, perfect.
The first tag is free. After that, we'll have to tag it we have to use fate points.
All right, I'm gonna do it while. So you may not be restrained after the next. So might as well do it now.
Okay.
I mean, well, it's free.
Okay.
We're
Well-
having a good night tonight.
Yeah.
I have +6, -2, but +2, so it's 6.
He's +6 because I rolled okay. Which means to succeed, you're going to have to take a minor consequence. It can be something like, out of balance, overextended, something like. You don't have to write it on there.
Okay.
It's just a minor thing that he could tag it as an aspect on you if he decides to do that.
I'll do that.
Okay, so what do you want it to be?
Yeah, we'll just say overextended.
Okay, so you have to really get in there and to stab. Now, you need to roll. Let's see. What's your weapons rating is 2. So you did a 2 stress hit. His 2 stress box is already taken. So it rolls up to the 3 stress box. That's what happens in there. Okay. All right. So you hit him again. Okay, but you really had to extend yourself as he and Volt wrestle with each
Right.
other, and so you're kind of a little out of position. We'll see what happens after that. Let's see. That brings us to you.
All right, so they're down wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's kind of wrapped around him, and they're
Is he like? I mean, like they're so.
Are they roll around wrestling?
No,
Or
they're standing up. He's trying to, they're kind of hooked around each other, and the Devilman's big, so you got a leg, and you kind of are leveraging him, trying to get him on the ground, but he's big enough. He's hard to get on the ground, right?
Right, I'm gonna use my road spell, Kinetic Blast,
Bam! All right.
and just try to knock him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your attack with a kinetic blast?
I have no clue. I have Kinetic Blast +7, but I guess it's power. Kinetic Energy Offense +2. Is that what it's supposed to be for an attack?
Right. So it's a +7 attack, but you do have to roll for attacks to see if you get any bonuses or minuses or stuff like that.
So is it +2? I don't. So what do I roll to? What do I add to? Am I roll to?
Add 7 to it.
Add 7
Yeah.
to it?
Yeah, roach spells are the bread and butter. They are so cool.
Nice.
Hey.
+8.
Nice.
So +8. Okay, so he defends.
Did you tag an aspect or you just
Then he's. I guess he's grappled. So
You could tag. Had me a fate point if you want to add +2 on top of that.
the first time.
First time.
She tagged it for free. Right.
Everybody
No,
turns.
it's the first
My
one's
bad.
free. Yeah.
I was hoping
Not
that
after
was
that.
first
All right, he's going to try and defend. Ooh, I did not roll well. So you got a total of what?
10.
10. Wow. So that's a 6 strength hit. All right. So okay. One,
We all
2,
take
3,
a moment
4,
to go,
5, 6.
whoa.
Yeah.
Bro.
He is still up though. Okay. You bam and it hits and you notice one of the horns kind of cracks to the side, but
Don't
he
worry,
is
I got him.
still up. Yeah.
Happy.
All right, that was
We're
in
hoping.
2.
I'm in 2 also.
Are you? I thought you had 1.
I thought you were 1.
Never mind, I'm a 1 also.
Okay, well it's time for +1.
I have no
So yeah.
idea.
By all
I
means,
am.
go now.
Yeah, +1s. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a bit of a beast. Oh wow.
That's his corner.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting next to me.
I don't know. I'm not sure. So
All
Jody,
right.
what'd you get with your weapons? And you're no longer under the spell or the fear spell anymore, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and we're never under it, right?
I totally am.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
It's funny. I actually have decent discipline. I've just been rolling really bad for specifically that check.
Can I give you that?
I know it does, and I love it.
You can tag restrain with it. Yeah,
To re-roll?
you can either re-roll or get a +2, one of the two. That's better. Evens out. So what'd you get for your weapons?
3.
Okay, you were not able to hit him. He got an 8. Sorry, he rolled really well. I rolled really well actually. So he is able to, even though he's restrained, kind of roll Volt between you and him, and you just can't get a clear shot with your sword without hitting Volt.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. All right.
Please don't.
Try to shoot him again.
All right. Hold him still.
Hey.
Oh wow, that's a good roll.
And I'll tag the restraint.
There we go. So,
Yeah.
what's your total guns?
7.
That'll definitely. Well, I got to roll to see if he defends. But, oh. Wow, I am on fire.
Never mind, guys.
And no, it was a 7, so you got him. You got him. So that gives you a 7. So what's your damage rating on your pistol? That's what you're going to do damage.
Right. Remember it was decent.
Yeah. I don't remember it was 2. I want to say it was like weapon 5 or something. It was, or maybe it was 4.
It's weapon 4.
Okay, weapon 4. So you
It
have 4
was
points of
tough,
damage.
That's for sure.
That's a 4 stress hit. He's taking some hits. Bam! You hit him, and you hit him in the hip right here, and he lets out a bellow, a roar. And again, that weird white blood comes, splurting out, the white and pinkish blood.
Real quick, he also get a 7?
Yeah.
So I take a minor
In
consequence.
consequence, yeah.
Because I'm down with just very afraid or something like that. 'Cause that's
what do you want to take as a minor consequence? Peed yourself. Gun jams. You can take something like that, gun jams, and you can clear it in one round.
yeah, that'll be fine.
The cylinder, gets kind of cocked halfway, and you're like, crap.
I should have taken a minor consequence as well. Yes?
No, you didn't tie him. You beat him. No, you missed him.
Yeah, he rolled
Yeah.
No,
crazy.
you missed him. No, you only if you tie do you have to do the minor
Oh, okay.
consequence. And it's not technically a minor consequence. It's just kind of a minor inconvenience. It's
Right.
gone after
And
one
it's
round.
only
yeah.
if you want to push it in your favor.
Right. Only if you tie. Normally, you can get the hit if you'll take a minor
Okay.
inconvenience.
That
yeah.
makes sense.
All right. So +0 goes to him. He's going to try and break out from you. There you go. Okay. You're gonna have to roll your might against his. He got a 5.
You can do it!
You can do it, you can do it, you can do it.
Ooh, there's some good rolls.
So 7 total.
Oh, you got him. You got him held down. Yeah, he tries to get loose, but you're stronger than he is. That's for sure.
I'm just gonna go into wrestling, I guess.
Yeah, right. It's not a bad idea. All right, so we're back up to +3. That's you.
Okay.
You gonna do another 2 points of damage to him?
Yeah. Do I need to do another might check to maintain?
No, we do that in his turn.
In his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now-
I'll just.
Okay, cool.
What are you gonna say?
So wow, you rolled him. So his stress 1 slot is open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all full. So this is his stress 7 slot that you just filled in.
He's got lots of stress.
He's got a lot of stress. He's a
Okay.
beefy boy. Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
you got the big person who's like crunching people. I'm just trying to crack his
Right.
bones.
And you hear him go,
Yeah.
and he gives out kind of a cow-like bellow. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So that was
Nice.
+3.
Interesting.
+2s. Okay.
All right.
I
So
just instantly wanted to try to make that sound.
Me too. I almost did it.
If you-
Are we still having to roll for fear or no?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Discipline checks all around. Yes. If you haven't made one, Jody, you don't have to roll. You made yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Same roll every
Yeah,
time.
I got a 1. I don't think I'm ever gonna break that. There's no way.
Oh, see?
I can't be.
I wasted it.
All right. So.
Oh, you can't be afraid.
No, I can't beat that roll.
Oh,
Ever.
can't
Ever.
beat it.
Never.
All right. So
Oh.
go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Did you beat the discipline roll?
I did not.
That's okay.
Also, the overextended thing, does that come into play here?
Yes. When you try, if he had tried to attack you, it would have been a big deal.
Okay,
but he
okay.
did not. He is busy wrestling with Volt. So yeah.
Alright, we're gonna take another
Or somebody
swing.
maybe not in the limelight has decided to take advantage of your weakness they might have. There's nobody around to do this.
Okay. I was like, do I need to
That you know
make a
of.
alertness check or something?
For the gangers that's in the air. Ooh,
Okay.
Okay, that's even.
That's 6.
A 6. Let me roll for his defense. I believe that's going to put him at a 6. So
I'm gonna tag the grapple.
okay, so now you are at +1. So your damage on your weapon is 2. So that's a 3. That rolls him up to his stress 8 box. Okay,
Jeez.
he's still up. He's a beefy boy. That brings us to you, sir.
Do it again. Another connect blast.
Yeah,
Not letting the devil down for nothing.
Okay, so that's a 7.
a 7. Okay, that's I think he still gets to try and defend. He's even, so you got him. He had a +5, so you're beating by 2. Plus, so your attack roll was a 7, so you're at 9 now. All right, so 9. Okay. He's gonna have to take a minor. Ooh, wow. He's gonna have to take actually a little bigger consequence than that. That's 7 points of damage. He doesn't have any boxes left. He's gonna have to take the major consequence, and then his last physical box. Okay. So there you go. That brings us to +1s. +1s.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Do you have any fate points? No, I think you've used all of them actually. Jody, you gonna use magic?
Yep, I think I'm going to.
What's your rote spell?
Ice knives.
Okay. And what is it? Plus what? To hit?
Power 5. Power
Powerful.
plus 5.
Okay. Is it an area spell? Or no, it's not, is it? I don't think so.
Is that a discipline, lore?
Discipline.
Conviction?
I think it's a discipline. Just roll 4 dice, and you add it to 5.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
there you
discipline.
go.
There you go.
So that's
7.
a 7.
Okay. All right. So wow, he's gonna have to take a medium consequence. He's not gonna be able to take it all. All right. So Jody, you run up, put your finger up to his head, and go ice knives, and this blade of ice shoots out into his throat. Okay. His head kind of rocks to the side, and he starts getting limp on you, and then falls to you. Kind of drop him to the ground, and his head comes away and rolls across the street.
Ooh.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, he actually begins to kind of fade out of existence, very similar to the way Terrance disappeared when you were fighting him as in the Never Never. You know, kind of the death of a ghost thing. He just kind of disappears and dissipates, which is weird because ghosts are generally not substantial. Lore checks from anybody with lore?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got something.
There you go.
I got 3.
Okay.
We have 5 total.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Dead
Even.
5.
What'd you get? Okay. You got a 3, right? Yeah, this definitely, with some of the stuff you guys have been dealing with, you're thinking that actually the Devilman may have been a manifested ghost, which is kind of a little weird, that you're dealing with ghosts that seem to be appearing all of a sudden. Who got plus 5s? You've seen or read about this weird blood before. You know that white court vampires have this kind of weird white-pink blood, which, if he's a ghost and he bleeds like a white court vampire, that means he might be the ghost of a white court vampire. Never heard of such a thing before. That seems like, you know, a married bachelor kind of thing.
I mean, I've never heard of a ghost bleeding before, so this is all new.
Yeah, it's really, that's really very, very strange. The interesting thing about it is his staff with the weird black pointy bit, which is actually wood, is still there. Now, you're not sure you want to muck about with a staff that was carried by the Devilman, but you probably don't want to leave it out on the streets either. So, you know.
Poke it with the sword to see if it's inert.
Yeah, it doesn't. When you poke it with the sword doesn't, you know, do anything like flare up or, you know, to let you know that, you know, goblins are near, or anything like that. Yeah, but you poke it, and the sword doesn't, you know, do anything. You don't sense any malevolence from it, but it is. This is a really. I mean, it looks like ebony wood, and it's kind of twisted and kind of got some gnarls coming off of it. And there's also and then it comes to this kind of point at the end. It's probably about this long. It's not really a staff, but it's a little short, especially for a guy who's 7 feet tall. You know, so this is just kind of like a stick you could beat people with. You do know that you had heard that the Devilman touched people on the chest with the staff to kill them, so this would be the instrument of death that he would use. So I don't know.
I'm gonna shrug off my trench coat and wrap the
stick
in the trench coat.
All right.
I don't want to like risk touching it.
Yeah.
Right, I got
know
you.
Something happened.
Yeah.
I do want to make an alertness check real quick to see if anybody's watching.
Okay. Make one. Stealth check's going here.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you
Well,
get?
it's finally positive, and
I got a 4.
No, that's okay. No, it doesn't seem to be anybody around. And actually, honestly, in all seriousness, I just rolled. There's nobody
Just to
around.
create tension.
You do notice that several of the predators of the more human type have made themselves very, very scarce. There were people kind of watching from alleyways and doorways, and there is nobody watching right now. They saw this going down in the streets and went, I'm not messing with the 7-foot tall madman with the stick. And so everybody's gone. Yeah.
I just saw Satan last night.
Exactly, because this guy looks a lot like Satan, that's for sure.
and a dragon.
Yeah, Satan and a dragon wrestling. What? What kind of contradiction in terms? Yeah, anyway.
I'm gonna dash into one of the, fly into one of the second story houses real quick. That's not
derelict, yeah.
Yeah, that's
most
derelict.
of them are.
And I'm gonna transform back to Volt.
Okay. You're able to land in, kind of go through one of the windows that's open, kind of land there. Most of it's there's a lot of flood damage, black mold, and some kind of nasty stuff. Part of the roof is open, which is probably where the black mold and the flood damage came from. It's just been raining into this house.
Do my clothes rip off?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Tattered pants.
I just want to make sure I'm not walking out into the middle of the street naked.
Black mold makes
So
my
yeah,
pants
you're
fall
you're
off.
able to change back and then come out of the building. Kind of find your way out, kick a door open.
Okay.
You're a pretty beefy boy. You're able to kick out some plywood.
Yeah, I get a +3 to break shit.
Yeah, so you just kick it out of the way.
I'm
and come
already
out of this house.
95.
So he comes out of the house. Anybody else doing anything in particular?
I mean, is it?
Is there anything else to do?
Yeah.
I mean, is the blood laying around in the street and
Is there
stuff?
still
Do
left
we-
on my
Is it
sword?
blood?
The blood begins to very quickly kind of steam and dissipate. So
Okay.
it's not going to hang around for long.
So, I mean, I just want to make sure that we're not leaving a
Yeah.
something really big
Oh, right.
and bad went down.
Right, yeah. No, not really, because again, this thing kind of hits the ground and begins to kind of fizzle out, a la Yoda from, Star Wars kind of disappear,
Okay.
and then the blood begins to kind of steam and dissipate, but you're still left with a stick, like I said, wrapped up in your cloak.
And the
Or
people
trench
also
coat.
saw an angel.
No, they did not. They ran.
Oh, okay.
She lit up, and they went, no, that's not. Understand also that when people see stuff like that in the Dresden verse, they tend to rationalize it over time. And so, no, we saw a lady. Actually, what happened was she was standing under a street light. Actually, that was just a silver sword that she had. It wasn't even a sword; it was really a pipe. Maybe she had a flashlight in one hand. It just looked like she.
So what happens in like now? Because the first thing you would do is reach for your iPhone and turn on the camera and.
Oh
take,
yeah.
So is that? I mean,
That's
Well,
the first
remember-
round
this is just a-
practice.
Remember, anybody start throwing magic around, iPhone
fine,
shut
shut
down.
down. Okay.
Oh wow, the file got corrupted. That sucks. No, but there is some evidence of that. Like I remember one of the first couple books, they had video camera footage, and the video camera footage they actually released it to the media, and the people were like, "Oh, there's werewolves," blah 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 blah, and then the footage mysteriously disappeared.
Okay.
And
I just
so,
wondered
yeah.
in TikTok world
Yeah.
where.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Imagine, yeah. So, yeah.
How does that? How does that?
So, you've got the staff. The Devilman seems to have been defeated for now. So, what are you going to do? You're not too far from Darwin's house. Not sure you want people to come over to your house either. You're not too far from Volt's, place too either.
I would say we should go to one of the restaurants on the strip and have something to eat and
Yeah.
drink. I
The
mean,
rum house is
This is-
pretty
this is
close
a big-
by.
It was like an Avengers
Love
moment, like
the
when they all sit
Yeah,
at
we
the,
said
The shawarma.
Yeah.
shawarma.
It was a big fight. We're not going to be
Yeah.
ready to go to sleep because we're
No.
all like,
We're all amped up.
Well, it's only about probably 8:30 too. So it's
Yeah.
still pretty early. Let's go back to your
That's
if you
pretty
want.
quick. I mean.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty quick.
Yeah. Well,
So you
Yeah,
gonna
it saves me a trip to the library tomorrow.
there you go.
Yeah.
we'll go to the room house and have tacos and
Tacos and
Tacos!
yeah, well they have some
Let's
good. They have some good tacos. Street tacos are good stuff. So you head to the rum house on Magazine Street. It's a couple blocks south of where you are. Well, actually, probably more like 5 blocks south of where you are. A little bit of a walk, but as you get closer to St. Charles, the houses get a little nicer. It's a little better lit. And when you start heading south of St. Charles towards Magazine, things again get a little nicer, a little better lit. Houses are in better repair. You can definitely see that you've moved into an area where you're probably not going to get mugged. Well, hopefully not.
Stick up a devil, man. I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'll just throw a block up and
Mug
I'll
me,
just shatter their
please.
faces. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think.
Yeah. And actually, you shouldn't, unless somebody just catches you off guard and shoots you, which could happen. But yeah. So you basically head to the rum house. It's 8:30. It's early. The place is actually kind of quiet because it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock because it's Monday. And it is November, but there's a few people in there. You kind of stroll in, find a table pretty quickly. Don't even have to wait. A little waitress comes over, says her name is Tammy, and takes your drink orders and gets you some tacos. And they also have nachos there that are pretty banging. And
plantains.
so you sit around and nibble for a while, have a few beers or rum drinks or water with lemon or sweet tea or whatever, and kind of wind down. You're probably there for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Nothing really happens. It's very quiet. A few more people come in, see this brooding, well, maybe not brooding, this group sitting over at the table.
I'm in high spirits.
That's right. You're in high spirits. Yeah. You're pretty excited. You think you've killed the Devilman. So yeah, it's a good reason to be in high spirits.
You
Seems
keep saying we
think
think we
yes.
killed him.
yeah.
Well, we saw the body
I'm not
that
unnerved at all,
dissipated.
guys.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, ghosts are funny. So
We'll say.
We got a stick.
Kind
you
of.
got a stick. Yeah, that's right. That's what you had to do to Rafiki to try and make him quit hitting.
Exactly,
That's
yes.
right. You have to take away his stick first. So you got it. Yeah, you finish out probably a couple hours, sitting there drinking, having some stuff to eat. Wind down, it's about 9:30, something like that. Still early. You can go do something else if you'd like.
Do you have any gigs?
No. I have a problem with this.
You could probably head to Frenchman Street and probably sit
probably
in.
try to sit in on some place.
Yeah,
I'll
you
do
probably
that.
could. Yeah.
Well, let's just you can follow him and go listen to some music.
And there's always, So you head down towards Frenchman Street. You're probably going to catch a bus because that's, kind of on the other end of the French Quarter towards where the French Market is. So it's a long walk. So you probably catch a bus, head on down there. Takes you about maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get down to Frenchman Street. Frenchman Street is still pretty hopping. There's a lot of bars open. You're able to, there's one of the bars that you kind of know the guy who works the door. They've got a band in there, and you kind of walk up and pull your well, I guess you would have had to stop by and get your trombone, right? Which is fine. I mean, it's in the Garden District, so you can swing by and get it pretty quick. And you kind of have your trombone case. You step inside the door.
Now we know where he lives.
That's right. You grab your trombone out, screw it together, and they hit a point
Especially
where
Miranda.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, nice place. Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
cool.
yeah, it's neat.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
This is,
Do you have a kitchen?
No, we don't have a kitchen. But you're able to, once they finish one of their sets, you're able to go talk to the guy who's playing, and he says, sure, you can sit in with us. And so Bunk goes in and sits on a couple sets. He's actually pretty good. The music's good, the drinks are cold, they're actually pretty cheap because this is where the locals hang out. Time passes, and again, you are really pretty in high spirits because you think you've destroyed the Devilman. There's that, think you've destroyed the Devilman again. It gets later and later. Things seem to be going pretty well. Volt, you get a phone call. Your phone goes off.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you pick it up, and
It's Constable time.
no. And it's weird. You recognize the number. This girl says, "Hello, is this Mr. Volt Kruger?"
It might be. Who's asking?
Look, were you at Muriel's last night in the wine room? That's right. That's where you guys work.
Oh, okay.
Remember, that's where you.
Yeah, I was like,
that's where you paid for everybody's meal. Remember?
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah,
it
yeah.
really depends on who's asking.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
Look,
What
you
up?
were with the girl with the silver cloak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you, is she a wizard?
Wizard?
So all we're hearing is, yeah, wizard.
I did on a quiz like, wizard? What do you mean?
Literally, everyone just.
a warden, and does she work for the White Council? The voice on the other end of the line sounds decidedly young, maybe 20s, something like that. Your character's probably something like 25.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
I thought those things were fictional.
Oh,
Do
well,
you actually laugh when you say it?
No.
she says, "Well, maybe you're not who I thought you were. Sorry to bother you." Click.
Wait, okay.
All right. I assume I'm looking at him like,
Some young lady was asking if you were a wizard and worked for the White Council. I told him that's all fictitious. Those things don't exist.
Young lady. Just some random young lady had your phone number? Well, that's not far-fetched. Okay.
tell me your number.
Yeah, I'll tell her the number.
tell me your number.
you lean over here and look at
No, I'm not gonna lie, that was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh yeah, it's...
Yeah.
No, I'm like leaning away.
Yeah, right. Well, you're actually pretty relaxed, which means that
Okay.
your magical juju that would short stuff out is actually pretty diminished right now.
Well, I'm just not gonna blow your cover. Being an assassin, I ain't just giving out information for free.
I thought you were a bodyguard.
Yeah, an assassin of evil things and ne'er-do-well.
Jody, did he gives you the number? Do
in
you
the
want to call it
service
back?
of others.
Yes.
In a protection
Of
capacity.
souls.
Yeah, remember I donated all those DVDs to the poor and
This
the
is true.
orphans.
This is
Yeah,
true.
I'm gonna pull out my flip phone.
You pull your flip phone out.
I'm gonna delicately touch the number.
You're looking at it, and the I don't know, it's what it is with these batteries, but it's like got this little bitty sliver of a battery. You're just not sure, but yeah, you think you can probably make a quick call. Okay.
All right.
And you get you kind of hear this shh, hello, shh,
Hi.
hello, shh,
Where are you at?
Muriel's, shh,
What's your name?
Hello?
Come upstairs in Muriel's.
What?
Are we in here?
No,
No,
you're
Mirror's is where we
rum
met that
house.
other
Okay.
time. Where's
Hey,
the-
come
we
to
went
the
to
room
one house and
house.
then we went to somewhere else.
Yeah, we went to the
What?
first
Shh.
group,
That's it.
Okay. Miranda,
Mhm.
you have a phone that works?
I pull out my phone. Is it working? Yeah.
Would you please text this
Okay.
number? Whatever you told me.
Number?
No, I told you what it is. Oh, okay. It's 555-7390.
Oh, okay. 8675.
You start texting, and it goes undeliverable.
Screw it. I just call the number.
Yeah, it's not going to look like it's not going to allow you to call her for some reason. I don't know. You think maybe she seems to be getting a little agitated and worried, so you're thinking maybe she's putting off bad juju vibes.
I'm gonna step outside.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
You step outside. The phone seems like you're going to send a text again. What are you texting?
I'm just gonna call.
Okay, you
Because
call.
she didn't tell me what to text.
You're still getting this kind of a hiss as you call, but picks up and a couple minutes goes by. Ring, ring, ring. Girl picks up and goes, hello?
This is
Your daddy.
the constable community. We're calling because we received word that you may need assistance.
Yeah, look, this is Carla. I work at Muriel's. Do you know the girl in the gray cloak who was in here the other night? Oh shit! And and you're like, well, she got Terrance. So all of a sudden she goes, just a minute, and you hear crashing and banging and stuff like that, and then she kind of ducks around and says, oh god, he's at it again. Look, do you know the lady in the gray cloak?
I do. I can help. What do you need?
Look, we've got a ghost. I mean, not the normal ghost. This is a new one. You know, Muriel's. We always have a ghost.
Right. The guy
who hung himself there. Oh, used on the building.
best
This is a
table in
new
the
ghost,
house,
and it's in the crap. And she, you hear a bunch of banging and crashing around, and she goes, "Oh my God, he's throwing stuff around the bar."
Okay. Sit tight. Hey, have you seen Lethal Weapon?
What?
Sit tight. Never mind. It was bad time for a joke. Anyway, we'll be there in a little bit.
Yeah. She gets off the phone, and you come in and give him the download.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, we probably should go to Muriel's because there is a ghost terrorizing the bar. Not the usual ghost, a different one. I'm more throwing things around the bar type of ghost.
Poltergeisty. Yeah. And that's probably a good place to end for the night. That gives us. Today on the Dresden Download, we're going to talk about the White Council of Wizards. Now, who is the White Council? The White Council is basically the ruling body of wizards that kind of make the rules for the magic community. And they have some pretty good rules, things like don't kill people with magic, because, well, that's bad. Magic comes from your emotions, and so if you're someone who goes around killing someone with their magic, it kind of twists you in a bad way. You don't mess around with people's heads with magic because, again, that causes lots of internal damage to the person who's being messed with and also to the person who is doing the messing with, if that makes sense to you. There's some other ones like you don't traffic with people, with entities from beyond the outer gates. You don't swim against the tides of time. And so normally the rules that they have there are actually pretty good. Now, the White Council has a group of wizards that basically are the senior council, and they make most of the rules, they make the decisions. There's the Merlin, who is actually the leader of the senior council. There's the Gatekeeper. We really don't find out why they're called the Gatekeeper until much later in the Dresden Files, and so I don't want to give out any spoilers. And then there's the younger members of the council, who are basically the wardens. Now, they wear a gray cloak. They have magic swords, and they go around making sure that the things that go bump in the night are put down quickly and efficiently. They also look for warlocks, or people who have broken the laws of magic. And if you break the laws of magic, there's really only two sentences. One, you could be put under the doom of Damocles, where one of the members of the council will take you under their wing and try and train you and help you no longer commit the errors of your ways. If you reform and become a good wizard, if you will, then you are no longer under the doom of Damocles. But if you mess up once, you're killed. And that's pretty much the other basically thing that can happen to you if you break the laws of magic. If the White Council looks at you and thinks that you are irredeemable, you can't be turned from the ways of darkness, you're killed. And that's what the warden's job is to do. They are sometimes judge, jury, and executioner. Now, Dela's character is a warden. She has a gray cloak, and she also has a magic sword. And so that's what we're seeing when people talk about the White Council of Wizards, or they talk about Dela being a warden. She's basically the magical police that worked for the White Council. Currently in the year 2010, the White Council is in the middle of a big war with the Red Court vampires. There's been several groups of wardens that have been murdered by the Red Court vampires, and they think that there's a traitor on the White Council. In fact, things get pretty heavy in one of the books where the leader of the wardens is accused of killing a senior member of the White Council. I don't want to tell you what actually happens in it. You should read the book. But it's pretty heavy. Anyway, that's what the White Council of Wizards is. They're basically the ruling body of the wizarding world, and the wardens are their enforcers.